Hello, here is a walkthrough of Forest Blast, a minigame you can play with up to 3 friends during the Minar picnic event. The goal is to get strong enough to defeat MANON by defeating mobs and mini-bosses along the way. I have also made a written guide as reference. I will link it in the description below. First things first, head over to Dolly and grab the quests. You may choose to queue up with randoms or the pre-made party of up to 4. Each of you must choose a different dragon. If you are not a full party, it is recommended to pick at least Fluid and Volterix. Each dragon has a given set of skills. You may reassign any hotkey by clicking a given skill and pressing the desired keybind. Each dragon starts off with 2 skills and unlocks 2 more at level 5 and 10 respectively. Here is a quick rundown of each dragon. Ravine is somewhat of a brawler. They pull aggro and stun enemies for a very long time upon successful counter. Fluid is the main DPS and overall an all-rounder with AoE damage, but also a party haste and a knock-up skill for bosses. BIRK supports everyone with heals and shields, and they debuff enemies with their basic attack. Volterix provides crowd control with their slow and stun, but they need Fluid for their basic attack to chain to debuff enemies. You'll have to look for the water droplet icon above enemies. Very rarely, a dragon will transform into Agnis upon leveling up. Dolly will appear on screen and that dragon's icon will change to a flame on the minimap. Agnis is pretty much OP, although they only have 1 attack and a jump. They can pretty much 2 or 3 shot and face tank everything. Note that all other dragons have a glide similar to the demons. Additionally, Volterix also has a teleport and Ravine has a dash. Moving on to the actual minigame. An average run should take about 5 minutes. There are 6 maps total as seen on the minimap. You can travel through them freely. Allies' location is indicated by their respective icons on the minimap. If you're ever confused by which portal to take, just look at the minimap. The placement is the same. I've included some pictures in a guide for reference, including locations of some hidden portals. If you happen to take lethal damage, you will respawn after a given timer. Defeat mobs and or mini-bosses to earn EXP. Thankfully, the EXP is shared amongst allies, even if they are on different maps. As we go along, I'll show some tips and tricks for specific dragons at the bottom of the screen. It is highly recommended to follow the level requirements shown at the top unless Agnis appears. From levels 1 to 5, defeat Rashes. Make sure to defeat the special rock mobs for even more EXP and then use the top portal to head over to the Beetles. From level 5 to 10, stay at the Beetles and again make sure to defeat the special rock mobs for better EXP. Once you reach level 10, head back to the RASH map using the left portal and defeat boss RASH. Pay attention to the gauge above its head. This will only happen once, but right before the gauge is close to emptying, have Volterix use lightning bolt to stun the boss, or else all incoming damage will be reduced to 1. All bosses have a short bind timer before they can get stunned again. You should all be level 13 by now, so head back to the Beetle map using the top portal to defeat boss Beetle. The boss has a 90% damage reduction by default unless flip over, so have Fluid use Geyser to flip the boss over and inflict more damage. From levels 15 to 17, there are 2 options. Option 1, use the right portal to head over to the Harps, where Fluid and Ravine will spam Deluge and Magnetic Surge respectively whenever the mobs fly in clusters towards the bottom middle platform. Or option 2, head over to BOSS BIRK using either the bottom portal on the Rashes map or the bottom left portal on the Harps map. Again, if you're ever lost with the portals, just look at the minimap. This boss also has a 90% damage reduction by default unless stunned, so you will have to lure him to the pillars on either side of the map to stun him before attacking him. Be very wary of his touch damage, so try to glide over him as he charges about. This boss can be soloed fairly easily if needed. Once defeated, use the bottom tree as a portal back to the top and head to the Harps map. You should now be level 17, time to tackle boss Harp at the very top. Use the bumpers to reach the top platforms. This boss travels in a Z shape. Once the boss lands on a platform, have Volterix use lightning bolt to stun the boss. Watch out for his super knockback attack. Have BIRK and Fluid use Fortress and Geyser respectively for the big knockback resistant shield. Time to head to the next map. From level 17 to 19, defeat Hoblins. Have Fluid spam Deluge off cooldown for an easier clear. Head to the right side of the map at level 19 to tackle boss Hoblin. It has 2 one-shot attacks, a green leap which you can avoid by up jumping, and a purple super knockback swipe which you can avoid by ducking. For an optimal clear, have BIRK and Fluid use Fortress and Geyser respectively, enabling everyone within the shield to just face tank all the attacks. You could also have Volterix stun the boss with lightning bolt and Ravine pull aggro with Magnetic Surge if needed. Alright, time for the big boss. Make sure you're level 20 before attempting MANON. This final boss has 3 attacks. His one-shot breath attack has a big wind-up animation, so make sure to get away before it lands, or up jump to get super knockback, or just have BIRK and Fluid use Fortress and Geyser to face tank it. If his tail glows, up jump before he one-shots anyone in front of him, or have Ravine use deflect at the very right time to counter his tail strike, which will stun the boss for a pretty long time. If Manon looks at the egg in his pouch, have Voltrix use a lightning bolt to stun the boss before he pops his shield, which reduces all incoming damage to 1. If you are lucky enough to have a chosen one appear in your party, you can skip annoying mobs and or bosses, you can 2-shot boss Hoblin for easy levels, and then just head over to Manon. Since Agnis is a pretty rare occurrence, I will link a card with a clear from Wacky Beans, so go check it out. And with that, you're done. You will be rewarded with 1k EXP vouchers upon successful clear up to 3 times a week. You can use the vouchers anytime before the end of the event on characters that are level 200 and higher. The EXP caps out at level 260. Please see the EXP chart made by Wacky Beans, link in the description below. Every few clears, you will also be rewarded with cumulative rewards. And once a week, you can also obtain a dragon outfit based on one of the dragons that you played as during that week. A little disclaimer, you can only claim 1 outfit a week, and you must have played the dragon whose outfit you're trying to claim at least once during that given week. And you must have claimed any previous outfit before starting a new quest for another outfit the following week. So in total, you will need at least 4 weeks to claim all 4 outfits. There is an additional hidden mission for Agnis's outfit, which you can only obtain after acquiring at least 2 other dragon outfits. To obtain it, talk to Corba at Leafer Station while wearing one of the dragon outfits. Don't forget to take a look at the written guide in the description below for a more condensed recap. Happy Mapling!